Welcome back to Dr. Josefina's Way, and I'm Laura Guttridge. Today, the lesson is part 2 of Perseverance.
We're persevering.
Yes, we are persevering today, in spite of everything. But there's a lot of things to discuss about perseverance and doing it the right way.
Yes.
We're all faced with obstacles in life and different ways to handle the challenges and things that we face. And so when you talk about perseverance, you kind of separate it, from what I can understand, into 2 kind of categories, where one is obstacles that we have to persevere to get out of, you
Yes.
know, problems in our life. And then the other is challenges that we bring on ourselves.
Yes.
Like job, performance, or, just getting a better job or whatever. So difficulties, we all have them in life. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to kind of discuss one of the lesson things that you, with regards to that one, because there's 2. You talk about following your conscience. I guess this could apply to both of them, really, because you talk about in a lot of lessons in the past over the years about being congruent.
Yes.
And so I think that when you choose your career, it has to be something that is congruent with the way your beliefs are.
Yes, absolutely.
And also, but does that also apply to the way we handle obstacles? I mean, how could that apply to, like, if we're trying to get over an obstacle, why would we have to look at our core beliefs? Or
Oh my God, because that's a great point, Laura. Congratulations. I love you.
I love you.
You know why? Because let's say somebody works at a bank.
Okay.
And for some reason, this person is life is presenting them a challenge. If that person, their core values are congruent with no stealing,
Okay.
that person is not going to steal. If the values are not congruent, then you take the money. So my core values is like my GPS. In any situation I find myself, I'm going to behave according to my core value.
Okay.
So when somebody responds to you and reacts to you in any situation in life, it's based on their core values. What do they believe deep down? So a reaction, a behavior, a response just doesn't just happen. Mm-hmm. It's in here. Mm-hmm. So it's based on what I believe. If you believe that stealing is bad, and I'm losing my house, I'm losing everything, and I'm working at the bank, and I have access to this money, I'm not gonna take it.
Right.
If my core values, like you said, are congruent with me.
Okay.
So I won't steal it.
And then an example where somebody may have talked the person into it, and they somehow follow through and go into the scam or whatever. Then they go home and they're not congruent, and then they feel bad about it, and they realize it was wrong, and that is not their core value.
And remember, in part 1, we talk about standing up for yourself.
Okay. Yes.
If somebody comes to you and it's going to try to talk you into doing something against animals, you're not going to do it.
Oh, that's correct.
You know why? Because your core value, what you believe deep, Laura Guttridge, that's what she is.
Yes.
You're not doing animal protection. You are animal protection.
Yes.
So when the person has those values intrinsic, deep, like my thing that I believe for me, then no matter who comes into your life, you don't let people to talk you into anything, because you stand up. And that's one of the things we talked in the other show, was that you be ready to be criticized.
Yes.
Because people are going to criticize you if you didn't go the right way. The police took you to jail because you were defending the animal. Well, for you, that's okay, but they're going to criticize you.
Oh, yes.
But then you know what you do? You stand up. You stand strong. You don't care. This is what I believe. I'm going to jail for that.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, and it is.
I love it.
It is important to stand up for
Absolutely.
our core beliefs, and like you said, sometimes it's not popular, and so that's why sometimes the path that's less traveled is the right one for you.
Exactly.
Instead of the one that the beaten path.
Exactly. To take the courage to have the perseverance, to have, remember we talk about confidence, we talk about the spiritual values, we talk about having a healthy mind. All that comes into developing the quality of perseverance.
Right.
Because perseverance is going to keep me going in the right path, the path that I believe is right for me. And sometimes the path is not the right path. You go into killing, stealing, being nasty to people, doing wrong thing, being irresponsible, not being respectful. I mean, all this kind of stuff. But we don't go there because this show is about empowerment.
And and it is sad to think of the people that do those things, because if they think that's okay, that means their core values are very negative and bad.
And imagine, Laura, how rotten they must feel inside.
Yes.
How can you be happy like that?
Right.
How can you be happy being hurtful?
Taking advantage of others.
How can you do that? But that's their core value.
Yeah.
So because that's their core value, that's what they believe.
They're selfish.
Yes, and that's what they believe. They think it's okay, and they convince themselves that it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, I think they convince themselves thinking, oh, other people would do it to me, so why don't I get them first? And they rationalize these things.
But that is wrong.
It is very wrong.
Very wrong.
They need to get out and experience nature.
Go to the beach.
Yes, and I loved the affirmation about nature and appreciating the beauty of nature. It can really refresh and renew and rejuvenate you.
Exactly.
And if you don't have the ocean, like you said, just go
to the mountains.
To the mountains, or take a blanket and look at the stars. Everyone has stars.
Exactly. The sun comes for everybody. The moon comes out for everybody.
Right.
The stars are out there every single night for everybody. Robert is saying that we need to go. So we'd like to thank you for taking the time to email us, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, or like the page. YouTube channel is fabulous. Keep it going. Keep it writing to us, and we need to do our double bicep and kiss. Yeah, and kiss. Mwah.